Okay, so just to let everyone know that we haven't fitted any of the prep work here. It's been down a long time. It's a rental accommodation, so the customer didn't want to spend a lot of money. We originally came out to clean the carpets, but the carpets were in such a bad condition that I actually advised the customer on new carpets, even the cheapest budget carpet that you put into rentals. So yeah, the grippers and underlay, they're not fantastic. The budget wouldn't reach it for us to replace them, so we've kind of tidied it up a little bit and we're going to go down on what's on. But I wanted to do a little video just on winders. It doesn't really matter how you do a winder as long as it ends up correct. Now, how I always set up for winders, if you just come down here, you can see that in that corner I'm just about reaching and I'm just a little bit over there. Now, the main important thing is to obviously make sure that whether it be a twist pile or a loop pile like this, that you've got it straight so that when it comes down over the step, this has got a slight pattern in it, with it being a Berber loop, and we don't want the pattern to be running off, especially with a Berber loop, because when you come to put the sides in, it will smile. It's what's called smiling, where you see the backing of the carpet, and you don't want that. So I'm gonna first of all just check that I'm happy. I'm gonna pop a knee on there to hold it in place, and then I'm gonna start taking off the excess. There's no rush. I'm gonna take my time with this, just to obviously, so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Again, I'd normally just let that down slightly there so that I'm not fighting with it. This carpet as well, with it being budget carpet, it's winter at the moment, and the latex in the backing is rock solid. We've got some heating on in the house, and it is suppling up now, but it's not exactly how I'd like it. So if you come down and have a look at what we've done so far, we've got to a point where the pattern's running true. We've cut the excess off. I don't need my knee on there no more because it's literally holding itself in place without me even attaching it to any grippers at all. So what I'll come and do then is attach it to the gripper. Now, so I've now got the carpet proper anchored on. So that is when I'll get my stretch down. But before I do that, I've already released that. I'm just gonna come in and cut this side off here. So I'm just gonna fold it over slightly. Just like I say, at the moment it is. And I'm using a hook blade. Some people use a straight blade and they will pull the carpet back and they will cut it from the back and then put the carpet on. Some people even use what's called a concave blade, and that's just where it's got like a parrot beak. But I prefer to use a good hook blade. These are Romus and they really do last a lot longer than budget blades. And at the moment, as I say, the carpet is very hard. Other people will say you mark the skirtings when it comes to using hook blades, but it's all about how you've been trained. And you basically, you know how much pressure to put on so that you don't scratch the skirting board. So now, not straight down, but just very slightly in, I'm going to attach it to this side of the grippers. I was also trained to use a bradawl, so that's what I'll neaten up the side with. I'm happy with that. And now we'll just run the bradawl in, and that's going to tuck the carpet right in there like this. Only finish it when you're totally happy that it's 100% neat and it's how you'd like to see it in your house, because you shouldn't be rushing your work. I know a lot of people work for contractors, retailers and shops like that, that there's truth be known in the industry, it's absolutely terrible pay, and a fitter has to work 100 miles an hour. Not many fitters stop for lunch and things like that. They just carry on through to get done, to get the square meterage down that pays the salary that they need to be looking at. A lot of people think fitters are on an awful amount of money, but it's not actually true. It is if you put down a lot of square meterage, but then 9 times out of 10, you'll end up with a bad back, bad knees, and you'll lose your love for the job. I've always taken as much work as I need to kind of survive, and I also work for myself, so supplying my own carpets and fitting my own carpets is where I've kind of really hit the sweet spot, because it is a trade that takes a long time to actually master. I've been in the business for about 21 years, and I've trained up a few people in my time. Actually, the guy that's cameraing at the moment is a fitter with me here today. We won't mention him because he doesn't like being on camera. I'm just going to cut this off down there. Just going to push this side in down here, and now what we're going to do is, you can see that when I measured this, I measured a little bit extra onto the step so that you've got a little bit of room. If you've got it, you know, use it. Now it's time to basically put it on in between the riser and the tread to now gain the tension down. Some people work from the bottom and work their way up and then get a stretcher and stretch it in there. I think going back in the day, this was my best method that I found that could get it as tight as a drum skin. That's what you'll hear in the industry. That's what you're really looking for. You don't want no bagginess in the carpet. So I'll feel very slightly for the gripper. And now, as I'm putting it in, that stretch is coming. So starting in the middle, we're now just gonna make sure it's 100% in, and I'm happy with that. Okay. On the sides down here, what I'm looking for is that some people took an inch, some people took less. I took less. I like to basically grip it down the sides of winders so that you can hide the tuck. But like I say, we are going down on existing prep work here, so I will just literally run that piece off and then give it a little tuck. And this is where it's quite important when I was saying about getting your pattern lined up, because otherwise, if it wasn't and it was running out on this bit here, what you would get is you would see the twist on it, which isn't good. So now I'm gonna pop that in there. This bit will just go in nicely around here. As you can see there, no fraying. If you just come round to this side, you've not got a big bubble on that side, because if you tuck too much, you can end up with a bubble on this side, and we don't want that. So literally, we've probably got about 5 mil that's tucked in there, and that's enough. That's nice. So now, keep coming along, positioning yourself. That's another good one. You know, work in comfort. Have all your tools around you. If you need your mallet, use your mallet. You've got all your tools, straight knife and a hook knife. When I come to this bit here, I won't tuck this bit first. I'll wait a second, make sure it's tucked in. I always go in first with a hook knife, and then I finish the ends off with a straight knife. So then I'll just put my straight knife into the corner, releasing it, because otherwise what you can find is when you go to pull it up, you've actually got snagged on either side. So I always use the hook knife as far into the ends as I can get, and then I change for the straight knife and just trim off those sides. So now what I'm going to do is I've left that side out because I'm literally going to cut, and this comes with experience. I'm just going to take that off. I wouldn't advise anyone that's watching this video go and try that, because 9 times out of 10 you'll probably find that it's ended up short. So again, I'm just going to pop it down, see how much we need. And I would say at that, on the inside, we'd actually get away with what's on it. And there's not an awful lot there, but slowly just manipulate it into place. If it's too big when you push it in, like that, you can see, just pull it back out, because remember that you've got that play on that inside. So this one, I'm gonna out a little bit. So we on this side, I am literally playing with access wise, just under an inch, but it's hidden on the inside and you won't see the bump. So then just pop your carpet back on. Get your bradawl if you work with a bradawl. I advise everyone to work with a bradawl because it really is your neatening tool. I know some people will say they don't need them. If you're not trained with them, I get that. So again, now I'm just going to go back to tightening up the top. I don't need a mallet on this, but literally, if I'm pushing my hand there, you can see there's no movement in that carpet. That carpet is very, very tight. So now, just with the end of my bolster, I'm kind of working it in deeper. And on that side. And now, again, same as before, we're going to stick the blade in, run it across one side, stick it in the other, run it across that side, change knives, just to get that bit in the corner, nice and tight, a quick snip off, and away it comes. Now, you can see that I've got no shortness anywhere. That is flush up to the riser. And if you look on the bottom is also flush up to the riser. And that basically is how you fit a winder professionally. Okay, so now we're just gonna finish off these stairs, and I just wanted to basically, take you through it and show you how I fit stairs. Again, it's not how everyone fits stairs. Everyone's got their own way. The end product is all that matters. If the end product looks correct, then that's all that matters. But how I like to start my steps is, obviously, steps will very, very rarely come down in one piece, because then you've got to do a run of about 550 in linear meters. And you may not need 4 meter wide by 550, so your stairs are sectioned up. The minimum I like to do stairs in is 150 centimeters, which will basically give me 3 stairs, because your average stairs is anywhere from 0.45 to 50. First of all, just take you through how I prepare the step when I'm cutting it. I never cut it too big and tuck too much down the side, because what you tend to get is a very slight bump on either side. So I like to cut not flush, but just slightly over that. And as we're going into the step here, I will take it up. If you just have a look at this, that's the sort of amount that I like to tuck in. Now that might look like a lot. You're looking at about, what's that, about 50, about 10 mil? Yeah, about 10 mil. You might think that's a lot, but it's not. And that's gonna be good for anchoring. So always start in the middle, always. Work my way over, keeping my hand on the step as I'm going, because what that does is it stops it from bubbling back and moving out of the grippers. You don't want that. So then what I do is run my bolster to attach it, get my trusty bradawl, and just neaten that inside up. Always concentrating on what I'm doing and not thinking, oh, I'll come back to that, because I learned many years ago when I was training with a particular fitter that worked with us, who had been trained by another company. He would do that, and he would miss bits when he came back to them, because you should always really attack it while you're there and get it correct, so you're not going to forget that you have to go back to something. So on the sides, as you can see, if you just have a quick look at this, that is on a Berber loop pile about where you want it. You don't want it bigger than that where you've got to tuck it and then obviously bolster it down. You want it to go on very comfortably. So I just put my hand in front there, very lightly, because we don't want to smash the edge over, because that's what happens when you fit in stairs with a Burma loop. It's very easy to knock that pile over, and once you've done that, it looks a mess. There's right ways and there is wrong ways, as long as it looks correct when it's done. So we've just got it down into the tread and the rider of the next step. Always start in the middle so that it doesn't throw the step out. I wouldn't start on the left or on the right, because what's going to happen is it will drag the step towards that way, leaving the other side short. You don't want that. So always anchor it in the centre, then work your way over to one side, centre again, and work your way over to the other side. And then literally put your pressure on the bolster and bring the step in. Then with your bradawl down the side, nice little swoop just to fill that in, and on the other side as well. Get your mallet. There's all kinds of mallets out there. They all do the job. Yes, some are better than others. If you're into your tools and things like that, it's great. You know, we all spend a fortune when it comes to the right tooling and the right blades. But it makes, if it makes your life easier, it's worth doing. So, I'll then feel the step to make sure it's as tight as I like it, and it is. So then that's your start of your second step. So as you come down to your second step, again, making sure it's comfortable. We don't want to mark the walls as we're trying to fit the carpet in, so make it comfortable. You know, never get yourself into a pickle where you've got carpet up the sides and you're just not comfortable in a working condition. So just down that side, a little bit, nice and gently down that side, and then the middle, again, working my way to the left, and then working my way to the right. Back to the middle, bolster, into the step. Like I say, some people work up and down, and they won't be doing that. They'll have a stretcher, and they'll be stretching on as they're going up. The Americans, they always start from the bottom and work their way up, and they always underpin the knuckle of the step as well. In the UK, we kind of do the waterfall, so that's when the carpet looks like this. We don't pin it underneath the step. However, I have, I still do get asked from time to time if that's something we can do, and it is. The only problem with that is our overlay on the tread here in the UK is nowhere near what it is in America. So they've got a more of an overhang. So it's a lot easier to pin, and it looks a lot better. Like I say, it's good to use as many methods as you can. I always say that I've never stopped learning, and I never will stop learning. Someone will always teach me something new. And I think those that think they do know everything are the people that, yeah, will normally come unstuck. So we're just coming up to the mill post here now. Again, making sure all our tools are at quick access. You don't want to be up and down stairs because you've left them 5 stairs or whatever. Just making sure that I'm happy that it's really uptight there. Now, I could stretch this down and then cut that, but that is the wrong way, because you want to cut it now so that when you pull it down, it's actually pulling that cut that you've just made there to you and not away. So what I would do now is just find, there we go, find where it meets the post, a little tuck in there. You shouldn't be tucking anything, it's just literally you're basically putting it on, bare minimum. So now we've got too much carpet left over to go down there, so just going to change my blade. Coming to knives. Professionals will always use a quick release knife. Dolphin knives, you can call them, there's lots of different ones, but they are literally very fast to change, which you really do want, especially if you are contracting. So what I've just done there is cut around the post. Now I know that on this particular Berber loop, I could follow I could get stuck in that channel and find my way there. So this bit is going to need not a tuck, but it's called thumbing. And on the old Wilton carpets that are still fitted today, on the whips you would thumb them, and it's the same really going down on your stairs when you come to little intricate bits like that. And then just make sure that it's as you want it. Again, nothing changes. Just going to give that a slight little going in and there. So again, in the middle, down. And the bottom step, by the way, it's already been done. That's the bull nose. And my friend who's worked with me for many years, he's done that. So we're in two separate areas, because that's a great thing if you've got a fitting buddy. You can both work in separate areas and you haven't got to worry about being in each other's way. It's also nice as well, not just to carry carpets, but to have someone to chat to and, you know, enjoy the day. So I'm happy now that that's all the way in there. I'm happy that I've got no movement there. Roll that down there. There we go. So I'm ready to now cut this in. Again, nothing changes. I've got my hook blade, my straight blade. I'm happy that the carpet is all the way in. So the hook blade goes into the corner, into the middle, into the other corner, into the middle. Change your knife, straight blade now, because we're going to just get them snags in the corners. So there's one, there's two. Now this should come away without pulling any threads at all. There you go. And that's your stairs. Fully finished. And here we are, there's just one more carpet left on the van to go down in the lounge. And that will be us done. Okay, so this is the lounge in the last room. It was only a 2-bedroom house, to be fair. But I just wanted to give you a quick walk around and explain how we've basically let the carpet down. You can see that there's going to be very little stretching in this carpet. We'll stretch it as we stretch every carpet till it's maximum stretch, basically, till it's fully tight. But it's little things that you do to make life a little bit easier for yourself. Now, first of all, we got the carpet along the length of the room, and then we pulled back the fireplace, letting one side down and anchoring it just underneath the fireplace there. And then with a little stretch down this side, we then was able to let the other half down. Now, people might be thinking, but it's not fully stretched and it's not on yet. And that's absolutely fine, because we've got plenty of play there and nothing will be coming away. Around the bull nose here, you can see that that's how it's let down. We've took the side off the width. The room is about 540 by about 370 net. So we've cut the flak off. We've got a good 20 centimeters up into the doorway, okay? So this room now, all in place, ready to fit. 2 fully trained fitters. It's going to take us about 25 minutes to half an hour. So it's all done. This was just a average size 2-bed house, and it didn't take too long, to be fair, with the two of us. So just to show you around, obviously Took it into one in the little cupboard there. These little things, they do make a difference. We've got the little porch. Just put a little mat down for them to wipe the feet on. The stairs, you've got the bottom ball nose there. Like I say, the prep work that was down had been down 20 odd years. And if you would have seen the carpet that was down before, it was just in a very bad state. So it looks amazing now, and I'm sure the customers are gonna like it too. Although they're only renting, it's still nice to have it as you want it. All the bars were in. And this is the back bedroom. It's all been post-vac, and that's it. So that's us done on this install. I hope you found the video educational. If you're in the trade, I hope you took something from it. If you're a customer and you would like carpet fitting or supplying, or even carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, or carpet repair, feel free to give us a call on 07474 684 953. If you'd like to subscribe for more videos like this, then please do, and give it a thumbs up if you like.